Hey Michelle, what's up? What it do? Are you at work, child? I'm finishing up my last day of PTO. It's like hours countdown for me right now. So I was like, let me get on here while I got a chance, child, before I have to get back to the office tomorrow and say hello and talk to the people, whoever's available that is. But it's good to see you, Michelle. Well, see you. You know what I mean. See you in the comments section. Can you hear me okay? Oh, yes, I feel that. That's what I did too, because we had went. I don't know if you know, because I know not everybody catches up at the same frequency, but we had went on a road trip back home to Memphis, and so we got back here in Denver on late Sunday night around 9 something, and then I was like, I don't know about you, but like when I take off PTO, I like to like have, book in my days off so that I can kind of recuperate before I actually have to go back into the office and deal with the people. And I don't mean it like my coworkers are hard to deal with, because frankly they're not. It's just that's a certain level of energy that you got to get ready for, when you're in a service role. And so, oh yeah, yeah. So I did not want to come back. Child, I did not want to come back. I had such a good time, but it was so short, but it was so good. And thank you for the compliment, by the way, on my sweater. I got this at Target about, it's probably been about maybe 4 or 5 years ago now. Oh, snap. Jen is in the building. What's up, Jen? You working on your garden right now? What you doing? And then you probably gonna periodically, since I'm in the backyard, you probably periodically, well, number one, Marlon is out here too. Let me show you. Putting up a satellite, um, because we get in, we have been having some issues. Oh, you about to head out? Okay, okay. We've been having some issues like with our internet, like being interrupted and stuff. So he ordered a Starlink. Supposedly we'll get some better service because it's satellite connected instead of going through, the line. So we'll see how it goes. But we both got PTO today. It's our last day, so we've been chilling. We went out to our new favorite spot, a new spot here in our community called Ruby's. I had made a video about that one time, but had some brunch after I did them workouts and challenges this morning. And so I was like, you know what? Let me come on here and say hello to the people. Even though I didn't make an announcement that I was going to go live, but sometimes you just have to capitalize on the time that you have. Okay, let me see. What you say, Chan? I need a raised bed in that yard for you to have. You know what? You do. You do. My husband will love that. Harji, what's up? Thank you for joining. It's good to see you. How you enjoying your e-bike? Girl, you'll fit right in here in Denver. I mean, right in with the bike lanes, honey. And be just in heaven. Let me put it that way. So hopefully you can come out at some point to Denver and see how the bike riders do it out here. It's quite interesting. Oh, it's so good to see you on here. Hey, Felicia. I'm so happy to see you all. So I'm not going to be on here too long because I do have to grill some chicken in a little bit. I think I'm going to stay on here for maybe like 30 minutes and then I'm going to go in the house. But the goal for this live is to just say hello to y'all first. But second, I just want to say a huge thank you. I actually hit 100 subscribers on last week. But because we were traveling and stuff to Memphis, I didn't get a chance to oh, that's good to hear, Harji. Girl, it looked like you're enjoying your bike, for real, for real. And people do rave about those e-bikes out here. And I'm going to get back to the 100 subscribers in a second, so let's put a pin in it. But I will tell you this. the city and county of Denver, when the e-bikes first hit, before we had some budget concerns here, we were actually giving out, I say we because I used to be a part of the city, um, we were giving out grants for e-bikes. Like if you wanted an e-bike, you could like kind of submit your name into a lottery bucket, and then you would get a stipend, if you will, to go and purchase an e-bike. With of course, with environmental, how can I say that? Environmental caution in mind. And so the program was, as you can imagine, a huge success because the e-bikes, as you know, are very expensive. And so several thousands of people were able to capitalize on that. Yes. So let me let me see if I can keep up. Okay. So yes, you do hear an airplane. So a little bit of context. So the neighborhood that we live in historically used to be the old airport for the area. Now, since then, about 25 and some change years ago, Denver International Airport relocated to a rural area, but the community that I'm in historically was known for the airport, actually, just a block or two up. And so the same pathways that they have had historically within the area, they still maintain those pathways. So you'll hear from time to time some of the planes go by. What's up, V? I can't believe all y'all up on here. Y'all know y'all my faves. GLP-1 community, be strong with it. Okay, so anyway, getting back to the 100 subscribers, because I'm just gonna kind of talk extemporaneously. So I couldn't come on last week because we was traveling, and y'all know how it is when you're traveling, just things be all over the place. And so I was like, let me go ahead and get on. I'm so humbled, first of all, that I hit 100 subscribers. And while some people, 100 subscribers is like, it's not 1,000, right? But I'm a firm believer that, you be a good steward over the small things before you can expand to the big things. So I definitely intend to nurture and grow and continue to post and share a bit more, about me, a little bit more about my family, although I tend to be private. And then y'all probably noticed I almost never talk about my job. And there's very big reasons for that. I'll tell you all here, but I probably won't ever say it on a recorded video again after today. But I work for the judicial branch, and as you can imagine, our personnel rules, our chief justice directives, they are very, very restrictive and exceptionally expansive. So I have to be very careful about my opinions and what I state because of perception, right? The goal is to maintain neutrality. I have my very deep thoughts and opinions on maintaining neutrality, but that's why I never talk about my job. Um, because folks be, you can get caught up for the most minuscule things these days. And so I try to keep, like on my page, try to keep everything as honest as possible and with insight, but without compromising the integrity of the role that I have for the judicial branch, if that makes sense. And that's all I think I'm ever gonna say about my job, just to keep the peace, because we still like our paycheck over here. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, so I think I haven't missed anybody so far. Yeah, I know y'all feel me. I know y'all feel me. We working women over here. Okay, in other news, let me talk to you about this wall sit challenge. Okay, so before, I don't know if some of y'all saw, but my husband is putting in a satellite for the internet right now. But anyhow, so we had the wall sit challenge, and I've been posting more and more. Of course, our spouses notice when we posting more and more and spending time on the YouTube streets, right? So tell me why come my husband was like, oh, the wall sits? Y'all doing 20 seconds, that ain't nothing. I was like, oh, you want in on the challenge, bro? You want in on the challenge? And he was like, yeah, I'll do the challenge. But guess what? He wouldn't let me put him on camera with the wall sit challenge. And I'm like, what's with the husbands? They be off camera with so much commentary. This is what I told my husband. You be off camera with so much commentary, but then when it's time to say, okay, you want in a challenge, let me film you, he be like, you ain't finna get me out there like that. I don't want to be out there like that. What you mean out there like that? You a former professional athlete, bro. You can hang. Come on, come on, come on. Let's see what you got. So that's been funny. He was like, "No, I'll make some cameo appearances every now and then." I'm so sorry about the noise, y'all, but I kind of warned you it was gonna be noisy because he putting up this satellite. But I was like, "No, bro, come on with it." And so it's been really fun uh, to hear him sometimes. Although sometimes it really kind of get on my nerves a little bit. Do y'all feel that way about y'all spouses? Those of you that have partners and stuff, like you start to spend so much time on YouTube that it's turns into a part-time job. I told Marlon I'm gonna start calculating how many hours I spend not consuming, but what I spend creating. V, listen, they be all up in the business. All up in the business. Hi, Diva Bureau. Hello. Thank you for joining. So they be all up in the business, you know what I'm saying, about, who is that again? How much weight they lose? I'm like, bro, you can get way more involved if you want to. Like, you can come on here with me. We can talk to the people about marriage and stuff. Um, I'm from, I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. I reside in Denver, Colorado, in the States. And so, right. It's an investment. It's an investment in the time. But I will tell you this. One of the things that I made from like a boundary standpoint is that I will not get so caught up into content creation that I neglect my first ministry or my first priority. Oh, it's nice to see you from India. Nice to see you. And thank you so much again for joining. You're welcome here so long as you're respectful and respect other people in the comments. You're always welcome here on my channel. So thank you so much for joining. I'm just saying thank you to the 100, a little bit over 100 subscribers for today. And I'm also just kind of filling in my friends here with some of the most recent updates and just kind of chit chatting for about a half an hour or so. But yeah, so one of the things that I'm trying to do is maintain, some harmony between how much time and attention I'm giving to YouTube, because of course you want to nurture the baby because it's growing, right? But not at the expense of family or relationships for those who are not as involved in, social media. And so that's one of the things that I'm currently working on. If I had to estimate right now, I'm probably putting in between the editing and stuff, like maybe 20 hours a week, to be honest with you, between the recording, between the setup, if I count all of that. And so I told Marlon this is kind of like my part-time job for now because, why not come up with a strategy if we want to have multiple streams of income? Now, of course, we got our traditional multiple streams of income, right? Like our pensions, our index funds, mutual funds, you know what I'm saying? Crypto, if you into that, etc. But the truth is, hold on, let me see what I said. Put your live from subscribe before I just okay. Thank you, Michelle. I'll make sure I do that. Y'all know this only my second live, and it ain't even official. So I appreciate any tips you can drop for me in the comments, and I'll make those adjustments and be better prepared next time. So thank you. I appreciate y'all. And so um, one of the things that I want to do like in the future is, yeah, kind of slowly but surely like introduce um, you to my family. Y'all probably saw my oldest daughter. She's 30 in the outfit video that I made. But then also, like I said, even respecting the boundary of adult children. Like for example, our children, we have four, two girls, two boys. The oldest is 30. Next in line is 27. Next in line is 25. Next in line is going to be the baby boy. He'll be 24 on this Friday. And while I kind of want to include them, and not necessarily shelter them, I also want to be very mindful of how much exposure is given, because it only takes a few data points for people to start connecting your stuff, and then you might have a problem on your hands. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm very careful and cautious you know, about that. As fun as it is, we also want to operate with a high level of safety as well. And thank you for the compliment, Harji. I really appreciate that. I think also a quick update about powerlifting. So today I went to the gym I incorporate the challenges into my warm up segment, but then I also have to kind of like fold into like my powerlifting session. And today was a bench press day. And I'll catch up with these comments in a second. Thank you, Felicia. My daughter is hilarious and quite the jokester too. Okay, correct. I just recently told three work related people, but it's also because I've been. But so I had to bench press, and bench press is like my weakest reframe. The bench press is the most challenging of the three exercises for my competition. Um, and I think it's just because naturally, women aren't as strong in their upper body. And because I'm a pear shape, so I'm much smaller up here, I have to work a little bit harder. And this kind of goes in line with my comment about um, quality over quantity when we're doing these challenges and when we are, trying to go hard in the paint, with our fitness goals. Because I think most of you on this call right now, on this live, we go pretty hard in the paint. Like we're doing the challenges, you know what I'm saying? We not holding back. Looks like all of us are pretty super achievers, I would say, based off of my observation. Right? Journal Talk with V. I don't be telling them folks a lot of stuff either. Like some stuff might slip out. I'm gonna come back to bench press in a second. Some folks it might slip out when I'm just naturally talking to people sometimes in conversation. But then they're like, "Oh, you had a podcast? Oh, I would listen to you and I just want to share the information with them because I just think that not that you want to be secretive at all. It's not that. I just do think you need to maintain a certain level of privacy. Um, and again, it just kind of goes back to safety and stuff, especially in the workplace. And the rules and stuff out here, like statutorily, the rules out here in the workplace, like the harassment in the workplace and things like that, the bar is so exceptionally low where you can land in litigation like this that I just don't play around with it. You know what I'm saying? So I typically try to lean more towards not saying or doing anything that I won't stand that in private, that I won't speak up for in public, if that makes sense. It absolutely is a slippery slope. For sure. Yeah, I'm just reading the comments. But yeah, so okay, so getting back to this bench press. So I'm in the gym today and usually here's something that you all can research on your own for all the bookworms out there. Some years ago when I first started getting into trying to, transform my life physically and stuff like that, I had come across, and I wish I could remember what it was on, but it's been a lot of years. But when us women, we're coming up on our cycle, our monthly cycle, we tend to be naturally weaker. So you can't lift as heavy, like usually during like your PMS time and stuff like that. So that's one thing to be mindful of, like when we're on these challenges. Like, yes, it's the medication that we're on sometimes that can impact it, but it also could be just your body's natural way too of telling you to slow down, especially when you're lifting heavy weights. So that's something to be mindful of. So anyway, why is this bench press story taking so long? Girl, get it out, Ev. Okay. The short of the long of the bench press is that I had the 25 on each. Okay, so the bar is about 20 pounds, and then I had a 25-pound plate on one side, a 25-pound plate on the other side. What's up, Miss Nikki? Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. I'm just on here saying howdy, hello, what's up to the people, and also just catching up, and also just saying thank you because I reached 100 subscribers last week, and I wanted to formally say thank you to everyone. Um, yeah, Jen, aka JC. Yeah, will I walk? Jen is asking, will I walk you all through the routine to build up my bench press? Absolutely, I'm happy to do that. It might take me a few videos to string up some really good content so that it's clear and concise. But yeah, I'm happy to do that for those of you who find that interesting, even if it's in the short form version. Um, but yeah, so I started off with the 25s because see, the last time that I was on the bench, the 25s was kind of easy. but I'm creeping up on PMS time, right? And so with that, I noticed today, like I put the 25s on, and I'm like, well, why is this feeling so heavy? You know what I'm saying? And this, again, this must be my thing for this month, quality over quantity. I said, you know what? Do you want to pull anything? Do you want to strain anything? Do you want your chest and your back to be in good position for all the things? Yes, I do. So that means we're going to dial it back down. And there's nothing wrong with dialing it back down. If something doesn't feel right, you owe it to yourself and your body to operate with safety. So I ended up going down to putting 15s on the side instead. And that was a much more controllable motion as I pressed up. Because there is a very big technique associated with bench pressing, which I did not know. Like before I started powerlifting and before I got a trainer, I was benching like a square. So like, let's say you laying on the bench, right? And so let me see if I can see y'all. Actually, one second, I'm gonna put this, the sun is kind of starting to beam now. So I'm gonna put this tent up so I can get a little bit of shade. I said tent, I meant umbrella. Okay, I just lost my scarf. Okay. Over. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, excellent. Okay, so anyway, when I first started benching, like before I had the official training, I would bench like straight up. So like let's imagine you're laying on your back, but it looked like a U. My arms were like a. Okay, sorry about that. I got a warning that my iPhone was getting too hot. I guess because the sun was hitting the back of the lens. So I apologize for the interruption. Okay, so anyhow, so I had to move under the shade sails. So anyhow, I was benching, like straight up. But the proper form is to kind of curve in at more of a 45-degree angle. And so when you press up, you're pressing as if you're over, like right up under your bra line when you come down. So you want to come down like right where your bra line hit. And so that technique has helped my bench press a lot. Um, and then it's also, no, not knee long, but thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. My name is Evelyn, and woman, queen, welcome to the channel. I'm just sitting here catching up everybody on what I'm doing and just saying thank you because I hit 100 subscribers last week. You're more than welcome here so long as you follow the community guidelines. So thank you for joining. But yeah, so the bench press is getting better, but also I'm just like I was saying, I'm not gonna sacrifice um, my form, technique, and stuff just to be, bouncing weight off my chest. You know what I'm saying? Like eventually I'll get there. Eventually I'll get to where I can bench press, 150, 200. But while I'm working up to that, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna take my time. Okay, let's see. V, I just sent your message. I just sent your message. Okay, so I'm so sorry, y'all. No, it was because my phone got hot. He is still fooling right here with this internet. Look, he is still on the ladder fooling with it, but our old internet is still hooked up. Y'all hilarious. And that's so funny. He wouldn't even study me either. Like I walked over, I was like, my life I feel like was going good, and then my phone just cut off. Oh my God in heaven. Anyways. But anyway, okay, so that's kind of enough about me. I think for today, I would love to hear a little bit more about y'all. How y'all doing with this wall sit challenge? The plank, y'all know them planks. I don't know what it is about the planks, and I don't know if I need a break. I don't want to, but I don't want to tap out of the consecutive days. I don't want to tap that out, but them planks, oof, they brutal for me. How y'all doing? Hula hoop. I know, Michelle, you still doing the hula hoop. And Michelle, I saw you doing the wall sits the other day when you was getting your massage and sauna stuff. Okay, yeah. I see you, Harji. You did that. You did day 13 today? Okay, I stayed at the 60 for the planks and also split. So, okay, okay. I might have to try that, Jen. The wall sits is only like, I think the minimum is 30 seconds, but some people are doing a minute on the wall sits. Yeah. Miss Nikki, you doing the wall sits? And are you a content creator? I sent you in the comments on other people's channel, but I'm not sure if you're a content creator or not. Because if you are, can you let me know and I'll make sure to follow you or subscribe to your channel, I mean. Oh, wall sit minimum is 20? Okay. I've been doing a little bit longer than that, but y'all know that's because I be on them squats and stuff. You did 60 because 30 didn't feel right. Right, Jen, right. That's the same thing I would. That's how I feel about the wall sits. But I do enjoy the wall sits much more than the planks. Okay. Still don't feel my lower back is full. Okay. Then I participate in the planks or wall challenge. Okay. It's definitely good to listen to our bodies, right, y'all? At these ages we at. Well, let me just say myself at these ages I'm at. I'm 47. I'll be 48 in January. Nobody's trying to cruise into the 50s with no additional ailments if I can kind of avoid them. Felicia, oh, I love you, Felicia. You always do, like, for real, show up. Honestly, like, this whole community has been amazing. 1,000% you have to listen. Okay, got you, Miss Nikki. So you didn't do the plank, Miss Nikki? You didn't do the plank challenge at all? You're right, Jen. You're right. You're right. That's a good call out at any age. Absolutely. I honestly, like, I didn't weigh myself last week because y'all remember how when we were on Twins Live that time and it was a whole conversation about the scale and the role that it plays in your journey, right? And so last week, because I knew we was going to Memphis, I just made up my mind I wasn't gonna do a GLP-1 update video, and I did not get on the scale either. But I will tell you, the last time I weighed in, I was at 181 point something. But I'm also in a size 12s on the bottoms now, and some size 10s. And I'm smaller. The funny part about this is why I feel like resistance training is so critical. I am actually smaller now at 181, like size wise and measurement wise, than I was when I was 163 some years back. And that speaks volumes, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of can throw off your how can I say this? Your imagination in terms of how you imagine yourself to be when you first start on the medication. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and I don't know, I didn't share this at the top, but I started off on compounded semaglutide. I was on that all the way up until May, and then I got on Wegovy because my insurance covered it. So I've been on Wegovy since May, but I had to start completely over on the Wegovy at the lowest dose, and now I'm maintaining with the 1.7. Just picked up my fourth box of 1.7 yesterday. Yeah, you'll do it. Harji, you got this. Like, I have zero doubt. We all are on different paths, but towards the same outcome. You know what I'm saying? And so I have no doubt that all of us are going to be successful, and we'll hit those milestones and those major objectives at different times. But I have zero doubt that we're all going to be highly successful, regardless of what areas we need to hit and stuff. Because y'all know I've been transparent about my hips. That's where I hold most of my weight, so I have to work diligently, you know what I'm saying, to get those slimmed down and slimmed up. Let's see what we got here. Hello, Gordy. I don't recall seeing you in any of the chats before, but welcome. Thank you for joining. Yes, 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 JC. Resistance training. I totally agree. Totally agree with you. Right. Honestly, okay, so I had watched your short, Jen, where you was doing, yes, the Zumba and the salsa. So the last Zumba class I took was at the rec center, because y'all know that's one of my gyms. And Can I be honest with y'all about something? I do like group dance fitness classes, but I don't want to smell no smells in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's a real reason why there should be an unfavorable smell in a group fitness class, okay. But the last time I went to Zumba class, there was a smell that was very abrasive, aggressive to my nostrils. And so I said, I can't do this because I don't know if the person is going to be in the Zumba class over and over and over again or not. And then now my nose is going, and I have a very keen nose. Now, my husband will tell you that. Nia, hi, Nia. Level up, stress down. Thank you for joining. But yeah, so that's the only reason why, Jen, is because like you shouldn't be sounding off in a class to the point where I want to do this, but just out of courtesy and respect for others, because you never know what somebody's conditions are. Because I do know people who, have conditions that sometimes you can't control it, and I want to be respectful of that. At the same time, it makes the class less enjoyable. You know what I'm saying? You can't be up in the Zumba class. I'm going to demonstrate. Okay, move this chair out the way. So now y'all getting a silly, the silly version of Evelyn. So you can't be in the Zumba class, right? Woo! And then this me, y'all, when it happened. You see that? It's even messing off my rhythm. You feel me? So that's the only reason why I haven't been back to Zumba. However, I do know that you can do Zumba online. And so I might mix that in with, Nia, you were a Zumba instructor? Wow. Oh, Nia. I'm so glad you're on here. I got a question for you. As a former Zumba instructor, do you set norms in your class? Here's what I mean by that. Hey guys, welcome to another Zumba class. So excited to see you. Before we get started, a couple of housekeeping things. Not everybody likes a lot of strong smells. So yes, while we want your hygiene to be on point, please do not overly perfume, and also don't under deodorant. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you tell your class and prepare them for that, or did you kind of like, were you kind of like free flow and just, if a smell happened in your class, like, didn't address it because of kind of like what I was saying? You were trying to be respectful of others, but I would love to know that, Nia. I'm gonna wait for your comment. I would love to know. Yes, Michelle. Disclaimer. But yeah, so anyway, like I said, I'm being a little bit silly, but I'm also being very serious too about Zumba. I do love to dance, period. Like, I love to dance a lot. Like, anything that involves some winding, maybe low-key grinding. Y'all know from the 90s. I actually enjoy it, and it's a way to burn calories with ease. Okay, let me see. Yeah, yeah, that's a good point, Miss Nikki. Some people do drown in it. Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? That's such a great idea, Harji. Nia, you could do your live and do a live Zumba class with us. Like, set live, and we all get on your live and we do a Zumba class together with you leading. That'll be fire. Yes, I agree. I would definitely join you, Nia. Oh, Jane said, okay, my bad. Jane said it first. Okay, my bad. And JC, I'll be calling you Jen, Jennifer, Jane, JC. I want to just check in with you right now. Am I okay with all of those different forms of your name? Is that okay? And please, um, if not, please let me know in the comments and I will make adjustments. Okay. Okay. All right, I got you. Okay. Well, listen, I'm looking at the time, y'all. It's at 35 minutes and some change. I want to just say I am humbled that you all join me. Thank you again. 100 and something, 105, I think I was before this live. Um, Truly, 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 I'm humbled. I want to close out with this. My husband and I, when we had brunch today, he asked me, so you becoming an influencer? And I was like, well, I kind of already am. And then he asked me a follow-up question and he asked me, was that the goal? And I told him, absolutely not. My goal and objective for being on social media has never been to be an influencer. The objective has always been to provide hope and healing to other people through sharing of my own experience. And that maintains my objective for being on social media. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, your channels. I pray that you all are blessed, have a continued blessed week, that your families are blessed, that anything that's ailing you, that it will be healed. I'm praying for prosperity. I'm praying for peace. I believe that all of us are being led to where we have been predestined to be. And so, um, you see, I can't stop that kind of stuff from coming up because that's part of me. It truly is. And so I want to say again, thank you so much. I am humbled. I will be on, I'm sure, y'all's stories and everything else for the remainder of the evening since this is my new part-time job. I love you guys. I really do. And I can't wait to get to meet some of you in person in the near future. In the meantime, remember, the future you is waiting on you. See you next time.